Hello and welcome to the North American Guitar. We are still at the Woodstock Luthier Invitational Showcase. I'm really excited because I've been speaking with this man for about 4 years trying to get some guitars into TNAG, and we can safely say that Mr. John Slowbod of Circa Guitars is about to deliver a phenomenal instrument.
I didn't know I was playing hard to get, but you know, I guess it worked.
Just tell us a little bit more about what we've got, and it's on its way.
Well, I'm a traditional Martin style builder, although I do a modern touch on that. And this is a perfect example of what I've just said.
Yeah.
You know, I still do Martin replicas. I do stuff that's very dry and vintagey, but always I have, even on my modern builds, I have, you know, those Martin bones, the foundation, but then I sweeten it up and make it, you know, different appointments, you know, more modern style looking. So this is a good hybrid guitar of those two elements.
Yeah.
And I think it came out great.
I'm
super excited.
Yeah, I'm just in love with everything about this instrument. And we were lucky enough to see Tony McManus demonstrating it for us.
Fantastic.
And, I mean, he is just such a juggernaut. In fact, he said to me the other day when we were chatting that he got your first ever guitar. Is that right?
I was working for Dana Bourgeois for many years, and then I went to work and I built a few like parts guitars, basically after hours. And then I went to work for Eric Schoenberg and with Julius Borges and learned how to really make guitars in the vintage Martin tradition.
Yeah.
You know, 1930s construction techniques and materials and the whole thing. And then I was about to go out on my own. Dana was starting up Pantheon. He said, I really need some experienced people in the shop to teach everybody. Can we really entice you to not do your own thing for a little while? And that turned into like another 8 years to Dana's. But in the meantime, I started Circa and doing Martin-esque stuff. And I did 5 dreadnoughts as my first ever batch. Tony's name is the first name in my logbook.
Amazing.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
That's so cool.
Buck Curran, great musician and luthier at Bourgeois, turned me on to Tony and hooked me up. Tony was going to be at Bruce Molsky's house one New Year's, I think 2003. I was going to be in New York visiting friends. I drove up there to show Bruce and Tony a couple guitars, and when my buddies that I was staying with found out I was going to visit Bruce Molsky, his famous, you know, traditional fiddler, they didn't know who Tony was. They were like, we're going to Molsky's house. You know? So they had been playing gigs all night because it was New Year's Eve.
Right.
They looked like, you know, 3-week-old garbage. They were like bloodshot eyes. Their hair was wild. They smelled like whiskey. And they show up and I'm like, yeah, I got a couple dudes with me. Anyway, they loved the guitars. Wow. And Tony was like, I wasn't expecting to buy anything. I got to have this dread because I'm doing all this flat picking stuff. And you know, so we got this great relationship going, and it was a real thrill to have that just like right out of the gate. Yeah. And then Steve Boffman got like the first 00 I ever made, and Al Petaway bought one shortly thereafter, and all of a sudden all these Celtic guys were buying them. It was crazy. Yeah. Not by, you know, design. It was just I wanted to build vintage stuff, and when they came across it, they're like, wow, this works great for what I do.
That's amazing. What an amazing story. So this is a 000?
It's a 000.
Yeah.
The body shape is very traditional. Oh.
See, this
Sorry
is we plan phone calls.
I'm a professional. Yeah. They don't call back. Okay. So
you know it's me calling you behind my back.
You butt dialed me. I'm sorry I didn't take the call. Anyway, so the body shape is a traditional Martin 000 12 fret.
Yeah.
I build them often a little bit deeper, but barely.
Yeah.
My scale length is a Martin long scale.
Yeah.
25.4. It's got a slotted headstock. I'm one of the only people in the country I know who is doing, there's a slight rounding to this inner wall.
Yeah.
Martin used to really exaggerate that up till 1915 to facilitate easy string change and to make it look less clunky. I do a more subtle version of it, but it's really fun because it's one of the few places I get to get in there and really carve and use my violin knives and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
God, it is just.
you don't even notice it until if it were
You're
if it
right
weren't
in
that
the-
way, it would look the slots would look a little constricted.
Yeah.
And
And this is and the back and sides are Madagascar rosewood.
yes, quarter sawn Madagascar rosewood, which you never see. The trees aren't large enough to do that. I was lucky I got a really nice stash of it. And
Well, it's so funny. I remember when we were speccing these guitars, because
Yeah.
obviously we met properly last year here.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was actually, I've got a young family, and my
yes,
daughter.
congratulations, they're adorable as hell. You know,
Well,
I shouldn't use that word,
My
but
daughter was downstairs screaming bloody murder, and I said to my wife, I've just got to go upstairs and take this call. This guy John's calling me, and I'm upstairs talking. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. And this screaming child down there.
I've been there, done that.
It is absolutely a phenomenal set, and I love the matching hint in it. That's just
I had a block of Madagascar with those stripes, and I was going to make 4-piece backs and sides out of this thing, and eventually I just said, no, it's too nice. I could make a ton of those head plates out of it.
Wise
And,
decision, because they are.
So now I have like 50 or so head plates that are going to look like that.
And obviously one-piece mahogany neck.
Yeah.
Well, I just cannot wait to get this into the showroom and to get it filmed and photographed and up online.
I'm super thrilled to have it going out there.
Yeah,
it's really happy.
Yeah, really. Without getting too gushy,
Whatever, it's a guitar.
just want to say it's just a real honour to represent Circa guitars.
Well, likewise.
And
I'm thrilled. I want to come do something at the shop sometime.
got to do that.
Yeah.
I was talking with Jason Costal
Yeah.
the other day, and he's coming over in July. So you
Yeah.
know, we had Michael Greenfield came over this year.
I
Which
know,
was,
yeah.
which was awesome.
Yeah, Michael's amazing. Both of those guys.
Yeah.
God, I'm in rarefied company there.
No,
So.
no, not at all. So, for more information on the finest hand-built luthier instruments, then please do subscribe to this channel. And for more information on Circa guitars, this masterful man, and this absolutely phenomenal triple O, please do get in touch.